Welcome to the Beefy Pod, the official podcast of Beefy, the multi-chain yield optimizer, getting you some of the best yields in all of DeFi. I'm your host, Jorge, and I'm here with the man, the animal, the machine, the creature from down under, our digitalized compatriot, TBC, the Beefy Cow. And man, what a crazy week it has been. TBC's bags are pumping. My bags are pumping. If you're watching this, probably your bags are pumping.
Your bags
Maybe you got back to cost.
Oh.
But the bags are pumping. We are happy campers today, and it feels like it's been forever since we had a happy camper video. I mean, one of the predictions of TBC was that there would be no bull market.
No bull market.
So, now, I mean, and are you standing by that, TBC? Are you still
yes, I am. We have a uptick is what we're experiencing. We have an uptick. Boy, man, when you said hopefully your bags are getting back to even or whatever, dude, that just
a lot of people are getting there. Some of my bags are.
We're getting there.
Getting back to even.
As you said, man, as you said earlier, ETH to 10K is in play. So
well, that was before we recorded, but yes.
Yeah.
I do think it's back on the table due to the upgrade. But before we get
let's not get into that.
TBC,
there's a bigger story,
Jorge.
Jorge. Bigger story.
What's the bigger story? Let's go.
What obviously is the biggest story in all of the news. Bitcoin breaks $100,000 again. Bitcoin hit 100K after Trump hinted at slashing Chinese tariffs from 145 to 80%, boosting global markets. I don't know. Causation, correlation, I don't really care as long as Bitcoin go up. Crypto funds saw a 5.5 billion worth of inflows, with Bitcoin grabbing 1.8 billion. A US and UK trade deal added fuel to the rally. So, listen, is Trump playing nice? Is everybody shocked? Are the crypto bros just kind of holding their bags really close to their chest, hoping that Trump doesn't tweet something stupid? Or Jorge, is this just Michael Saylor buying more Bitcoin like usual?
I'm pretty sure he's still buying Bitcoin at the top. He's the expert of the top buying. But honestly, I will say, obviously it's a relief. I'm sure everybody here can hear the relief in our voices. But maybe this is the strategy. Make bad decisions, undo the bad decision, look like you saved the day, and boom, Bitcoin goes up. If that has to, I guess that's what has to be done.
Repeat it. Love it, baby.
Make a crisis, undo the crisis, Bitcoin goes up. There you go.
That's it.
145% to 80%. I mean, that's still crazy expensive, but hey, it brings a little bit of relief to the world.
Jorge,
I guess.
Jorge, we call that in business negotiating. All right, it's negotiating. And if the traders out there are like, okay, time to buy Bitcoin because of some negotiating tactics, fine, whatever.
There we go.
Even though I prefer to buy my Bitcoin at a cheaper price, I will say it does feel good after the long drought of misery we've experienced. To see some positive comments on the X accounts. So it feels good.
For sure. Good. No, it does. It does. Honestly, it feels really good. And it makes me excited. I mean, I think, whatever your thoughts on Donald Trump, I think like the floodgates are open for like reasonable regulations, or maybe the lack thereof, and just getting the opportunity to see some of these technologies really come into full swing and benefiting consumers, users. And I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Jorge,
whatever Donald Trump has to do to negotiate, maybe he has a back room and they have a little kiddie pool and they fill it up with coconut oil, and him and Xi look at each other. Like, come here, Xi. I'm ready to wrestle you. Just come over here. Let's go for a wrestle.
No.
I'm going to send you down. I'm an expert at it. Or, whatever he does.
Someone's going to make that AI video now. That's We could do
No,
without that. Jorge, let me ask one question before we move on. Are we
yeah.
all just dumb people? Like, is there really anybody out there that thinks Bitcoin's going to zero? Like, I mean, we all kind of know, like, with the way the world is trending, that this is going to
Mhm.
be a item that people are going to buy. Are we all just
Right.
stupid, like, and get caught up in our own heads and the doom scrolling to just say that it's always going to go down and we feel miserable? Why are we so dumb, Jorge? I just don't understand it.
I don't think it's that um I don't think it's that we're dumb. I think the thing is, TBC,
Yes.
um people are going to learn at their own pace, and people act like because Bitcoin isn't already like the so-called global currency of the world, or whatever the narrative was when Bitcoin first came out, therefore it is a failure. But people don't realize that like a lot of technologies are, people are under the impression that it's a sprint. Like when they see Apple or Google become the biggest company in the world, right? It almost feels like, oh, they've always been number one.
Yeah.
But that's not really the case.
No.
Everything takes tons of time, lots of intelligent people in between, lots of different philosophers, lots of different entrepreneurs that have to come in to put these things in the forefront of the sort of cloud conscious mind of humanity. So what stage Bitcoin is in that run, I really don't know. But me personally, I think like at this point, it is undeniable. But the question is, what countries will hold the most of it, and who are going to be the players? Is Michael Saylor the god of Bitcoin? I don't know.
Well,
But
obviously.
you, wonderful, beautiful viewer who is clearly more attractive than anybody who watches YouTube, you decide. Have that critical thought. Sit with your family member. Go into your Thanksgiving dinner making your grandma upset that you bought internet money but are now driving a Lamborghini. Congrats to you. Or your Kia Soul, whatever makes you happy, brother. Don't got to be a Lamborghini, you know. Anyways, TBC, are you ready for the next big
I am.
story?
I barely understand it, but I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, baby. Now, this is the story that will tickle the Ghiblies of my boy TBC the most. The man, the animal, the machine. This is the Ghibli tickling story. Now, what Ghiblies are, you decide. But ETH has jumped 28.9%. God damn, after watching ETH go down so hard to just about $1,600, a 28.9% jump up to $2,400. Baby. Yes, Lord. Amazing. Post the Pectra upgrade, which simplifies user interactions and boosts decentralization, and effectively is going to put ETH in the forefront of the human cloud consciousness that I referred to earlier. Now, why is that the case? For you, dear viewer, who is watching, the Pectra upgrade has some really key changes. Notably, one of the largest of all, beyond just scaling Ethereum even more, making layer 2s more efficient, increasing blob space, and so much more. I personally think that the biggest upgrade here is that now a validator can hold up to 2,048 ETH. Now, you might be watching this and being like, why is that a big deal?
Yeah.
Well, if you're an institution, the biggest challenge with holding a lot of Ethereum and trying to get a yield on it is that you have to keep spinning up validators once you hit 32 Ethereum, right? Or you're going to use a third party that already does that, which in this case, most of the time for most people that use ETH is Lido, right? Now, in this case, this actually opens up new floodgates because now a lot of businesses, a lot of protocols that are staking ETH can now spin up one validator that can hold up to 2,048 ETH. Most people are not going to hit that threshold,
Bet.
but let's say maybe some of these ETFs like BlackRock's Ethereum ETF, will be able to spin up a validator. We'll be getting into that later. But this is a huge upgrade that is going to make ETH smoother. It's also helping with account abstraction, meaning that the use of Ethereum is going to feel more smooth. It's going to make it feel less like you're interacting with a blockchain, if that makes sense. You're abstracting the account. Also, it's going to add a lot of new use cases because now the code for the wallets that interact with Ethereum will act somewhat like smart contracts. So there's going to be a lot of unique upgrades coming in the near future. So Ethereum has once again come back. There's a lot of ETH people saying "I told you so" to all the Solana fans out there. Which, if you've been watching this show, that is that TBC is the biggest Solana fan of all.
Yes.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
No. Let's move on.
Okay. Well, before we move on,
wait. Hold on. From Solana, I don't want to talk about that shit, but I do want to mention, I think this is one of the best and most bullish naming things that Ethereum has done in a long time. Pectra sounds like muscles, and us Chads out there, we like to get our pamp on. So I think really that's the reason it's pumping, because people are like, yeah, Ethereum Pex, let's send it. Thoughts,
dude? Honestly, yeah, it's awesome.
I think,
now
I
the
think
question
that,
is,
hold on,
will
I
the
think
rally
that,
continue?
No, I mean, yes. I think what we're going to see next week is the Ethereum Foundation, Vitalik. They're going to get together and be like, hey, this is good. What should we do next? And they're going to come up with some sort of like miniature upgrade, and they're going to call it Ethereum Creatine. And that's going to take off. It's going to be lit.
Oh, dude, there you go. I mean, I think Vitalik is probably finally feeling good. He's been sitting in a cave somewhere, absent of the sunlight, getting whiter and whiter by the day, eagerly waiting for Pectra to upgrade so that way he can come out for his mating season.
He's going to be huge,
and
dude.
Spread the love.
He's been in there just pumping iron, dude. It looks like a Rocky montage. Yeah. Just Vitalik just like he's running on the beach with Carl Weathers.
And he's punching the fucking beef in the cooler, and he's just getting ready. He's getting ready to for his big fight.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, we definitely have to continue monitoring this. ETH is just looking bullish, but more importantly, the fact that ETH has gone up and is finally performing well versus BTC, not to a crazy extent, but starting to show strength versus BTC.
Yeah,
is a sign that alt season, more importantly,
oh my God,
may be coming.
Stop it with
the
that.
pumps. The pumps will continue.
The mythical alt season that people have been talking about since like 2018.
Yes, it is coming, my friends. It is coming. Now, TBC.
Yeah.
Robinhood has big news.
They do.
What is going on? Tell me about it.
Let me break
Robinhood.
this down for you. Everybody in the audience sit down, because Robinhood has a blockchain bet going on. And if you're ready for this, they're going to build a blockchain platform for European users so that they can trade tokenized U.S. stocks. And they're looking at Arbitrum and Solana to build on. What does this mean? It means 24/7 instant trading for Europeaners to trade American tokenized stocks with. I don't know how they're going to pull this off. I don't know who's holding the stocks. They got some tokenized ones. Who's holding it in the background? I don't know what's going on.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Are they just printing tokens? Who knows? I got lots of questions for you, Robinhood, and I will be reaching out with those questions. I'm going to do some media investigation here. So let me ask you, Jorge, does this mean that retail traders in America are going to be screwed over? Does this mean Wall Street is losing control of their markets? Is this a European attack? Or is just this the way technology is going toward the future, and boomers are gonna have to just get used to it.
I honestly think it's just a sign of the times. I don't see it so much as an attack on Europe as much as I see it an attack on just the market. I think the U.S. needs to catch up. Like the reality is, the say what you will, whether you like crypto or not, believe in it or not, the biggest thing that crypto has successfully done is created a 24-hour trading marketplace. And it's pretty wild that a market that is so much smaller than the actual stock market has such a cleaner way to trade. You can trade during the day, you can trade during night, you can stay up all night and trade if you want. You could trade on any side of the world at any time. And it's kind of wild that the US has not been able to accomplish that. So if anything, all this confirms to me is that generally we're going to see probably the entire world turn their markets into 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I think this is a sign of. And in the article that TBC is referring to, they say that Arbitrum and Solana are the chains that they are looking at. And there's been, talks that potentially ETH, most likely ETH, with all of the innovations from Ondo and several other RWA protocols, are trying to build on ETH since it still is the most secure chain. Now, how this pans out, I don't know, but I think it's just bullish news. Sure, they're offering it to Europe, but there's no doubt in my mind that the US will get that as well at some point, especially under Trump. I don't see a universe where Trump doesn't, I just picture him in a room. It's like, if you want to be up at 3 a.m, trading Tesla, shorting it to hell, that's your business,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for it. My 401k, dude. I don't.
Or will the European oligarchs short us to hell?
Oh my God, dude. Stop it. Stop it. Yes?
It's possible. The Rockefellers are out there somewhere watching this podcast going, they're on to us. God damn it.
That's it. Conspiracies and crypto. Can't wait. On the next.
Alrighty. Up next, North Korean spy slips up.
What?
So everyone's favorite hackers, the North Koreans, have slipped up here. A North Korean agent posing as a blockchain dev was exposed in a fake job interview after sharing a screen linked to the DPRK hacking group. I mean, someone just got fired.
Yep.
Whoops. All right. I mean, and honestly, to you, North Korean spy who slipped up.
Yep.
I am so sorry. I really hope that you figured out an escape
He's not
route.
here anymore, Jorge.
Oh God.
He's not. He's
at first I was reading this with the good. Now I just feel bad. God. I mean, if you are a hacker in North Korea, you're doing this to survive. That is such a sad reality.
Dear leader.
But honestly, Jesus Christ. It's also wild just how far they're going. I mean, that last hack on Bybit was so huge. And it's also crazy, like how far they're going, the willingness. I mean, these people are going, these guys are like the Nike commercial of hackers. Like, they're just sitting in a room, motivating each other, watching the Rocky movie, and, they're sweating in front of that computer screen, just getting ready to hack us to hell. TBC, what do you think about these Korean spy that got caught?
I didn't read the whole article. I was just wondering if they were using the Signal app when they accidentally doxed everybody.
You know what? Yeah, they CC'd the Atlantic on this group. So I don't know who he is. It was an accident. I swear.
I don't know. Oh my God, dude. Well, I don't know. Let me tell you, operational security is very important, kids. All right. You better take it serious. All right. Number one, if you're building a protocol, you better take that shit serious. Number two, if you're trying to exploit a protocol, you better take that shit even more serious. Because if you're going to get exploited while exploiting somebody, you can't be your own exploiter. All right. So that's just a little life advice for you, future children that are going to try to hack my wallets and steal all my monies. Good luck. And definitely be smart out there, folks. This has been a
If
message
you want to
brought to you by.
accidentally send me a lot of ETH, that's totally fine too. If you just want to accidentally miss a few characters on the wallet address and make it look just like mine,
Just like his.
it's not a problem.
Post it into show notes for everybody.
Put it in the show notes.
Well, Jorge, speaking of things people don't care about, like your wallet, Ripple.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Let's talk about this. Hopefully, one last damn time. The Ripple SEC showdown. Is it over? The SEC Ripple case over XRP security status nears a ruling, potentially reshaping U.S. crypto regulations. Well, we all know that Ripple has been out there fighting the good fight on behalf of all of us, sacrificing their lives in the American judicial system so that they could do whatever the hell they do. But it looks like it's finally nearing an end. This lengthy legal debacle. And hopefully, Jorge, we never have to talk about this shit again. Seriously.
I never want to talk about this anymore.
I mean, here we are.
How long have we been doing podcasts together? I'm talking about this.
This is the worst topic ever. Congratulations, Ripple. You have won. You have become the dominant supreme token, whatever the hell you are, blockchain thing ever that nobody I've ever met uses. But hey,
and look,
you go out there.
I'll be generous to all 10 of you using it. Congrats. You made money. I'm so happy for you. But goddamn, I'm so exhausted from talking about this. Just that is the win here, right, TBC?
Congratulations, everybody. It's over, and now it could just die and go away. Hopefully, please,
dude. It could be like what's you know what XRP's court case ending is like? The end of the original Hulk TV show. You know that piano song that plays like dun 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 boom 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 dun 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 dun.
Nobody listening knows that reference. Nobody. Don't worry, guys. Family Guy did a meme of it. Also, none of you guys probably know Family Guy, so we're such boomers. This is why we're concerned about boomers. Crypto being tokenized stock. I up that sentence. All right, moving on.
Whatever. Okay. So the stablecoin bill stalls. What a surprise. So the Genius Act, which for the most part, after reading through this, for the record, I am not a lawyer. Surprise, surprise. I know a lot of you have been watching this for legal advice. We don't give financial or legal advice here. But the summary of the summary of the Genius Act is that basically it was going to be a bill that gives sort of a pathway for stablecoins to be used in payments, and then also was going to say what assets can be used to back the stablecoins, which includes obviously US dollar backed, so it needs to have US dollars, and then they were also going to name a litany of different liquid assets that could be used in the bill. The Democrats decided not to pass this bill. And as I understand it, the main reason is they, I guess, are still upset about Trump's meme coin. However you feel about that, if you hold the Trump meme coin, I suspect that you are watching this from a Monte Carlo yacht and you're using one of those 1980 cell phones and you're yelling at someone on the other end of the phone like, short it, long it, whatever the case may be. TBC.
Like an old brick phone from the 80s?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, just, God damn it, short it! That's how I picture it. Because I'm sure the 70% of people who lost money on Trump coin, or whatever that number is, God bless you. Sorry
Yes,
about that.
yeah,
I feel bad for all of you.
I don't know. I mean,
that was a wild one.
Listen, obviously, everybody wants to make sure that their voice is heard. If there is going to be a stablecoin legislative bill created, and I don't think all the people were really happy with what was offered here. So I'm not going to give any massive take on this. Obviously, there are people out there that can't wait to be regulated. Regulate me hard, daddy. That's all I want. So
Hi, Poppy, please regulate me. Regulate me.
We're going to get it. It's coming, even though we should just resist this because it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's stupid. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure they're going to come to some type of consensus. I have a feeling that this was more a political play.
Yeah.
You know, something they're probably looking for like a concession and something else in order to get this passed. So we will keep you guys informed, but you will not be using your stable coins to pay for things at Walgreens yet.
No.
Yet.
No.
You're going to be buying condoms with dollars and credit till you die. No, just kidding. Probably eventually you'll be able to use stable coins.
Maybe one day.
I'm still using mine just to buy ETH, but okay.
Well, the good news is if you do that, it's still legal. Unlike the CEO whose actions got him caught and thrown in jail. Was that a good transition? Thank you for the transition.
That was a great transition, TBC.
Thank
You're
you.
a genius.
I'm a professional.
You deserve praise.
Good news, everybody. Celsius's Alex Mashinsky got 12 years for his $25 billion crypto fraud in which he pocketed $45 million through lies and token manipulation. Is this poetic justice? Is he going to be able to farm for 12 years in solitary confinement? I don't know. I know a lot of you out there have a lot of hate for this guy. And that's understandable. I know a lot of you lost big money and you would rather see him put into stocks in the town square so you could throw shit at him. But hey,
right.
Hey, the judicial system is doing you a solid by stealing 12 years of this man's life. And there you go. I guess that's the restitution you're all just going to have to accept. Jorge, are you finally happy? I know you've been a big fan of this guy for a long time.
Well, you know, everybody knows that I have a picture of Alex Mashinsky shirtless on my roof. So that way, when I do sit-ups in my bedroom, I can look at him and be like, that's the man I want to aspire to be. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, for me, seeing the market pump and seeing a scumbag like this guy go to jail is just so fantastic. And I mean, so many people have been hurt by this guy. There were people who had their life savings in Alex Mashinsky. And honestly, beyond that, he was also a reason why so many people are still hesitant about crypto, despite, you know, so many institutions, big companies, countries, you know, adopting it. And, you know, there's people that I respect a lot in my life that still, you know, are very hesitant about the space because of people like Alex Mashinsky. So him going to jail and us, you know, and setting an example that, hey, if you're a scammer, you're going to go to jail, honestly benefits the people who were hurt. It benefits society at large to put bad people away. But more importantly, or maybe not more importantly, but it benefits the space because now this scumbag can't, you know, use and abuse us, you know, anymore. And it makes the space safer. So honestly, I'm glad. I'm glad he's going to jail.
The space is getting cleaned up. North Korea, you're out. Alex, you're out. Right? Bitcoin's
I don't know what we're
pumping.
going to do about the North Koreans, TBC.
Nah, man, they're docs. They're docs now. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, that's right. That guy.
We're gonna
put all their faces and addresses in a job interview.
We're gonna send our best influence over there to harass them outside of their houses.
That's what it is, man. This is going so well, but now that Alex Mashinsky is in prison, the real poetic justice BlackRock's ETF push for all of you guys who just want your crypto centralized.
Yes,
And
let's
being
go.
pushed by your big daddy Larry Fink. Yes, baby. So, BlackRock met with the SEC to discuss ETFs with a particular focus on staking and tokenized securities. So, what does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? And let me tell you why the Pectra upgrade is a huge deal. Now, I'm not going to... I already gave you guys the spiel. I'm not going to go too deep into it. But by increasing the validator limits, multi-billion and potentially trillion-dollar institutions can basically now have large quantities of ETH and stake it with ease. So the potential here is huge. I don't know how exactly it would work with an ETF getting yield. Like, would it be like the ETF is staked and you held the stock, or you held the ETF and then you receive some yield? I don't know. But this benefits the overall ETF, obviously, as it increases the amount of ETH that they hold. Therefore, the value of the ETF increases. So honestly, this is a huge win. I don't know how you're not bullish on ETH, not financial advice, but my ass is so excited about Big Daddy Larry Fink coming in and buying my Ethereum. What do you think, TBC?
I don't know. The whole time you were talking, I was just thinking of liquid staking ETFs, LS ETFs, right? Like the whole.
I take in my tokenized BlackRock ETF and I put it in a yield farm on Beefy for a 5% yield on top of my staking
Why
yield.
not? Why not?
Oh my God! Why not?
Why not? What? Why the hell not? We've seen wilder things. Well,
derivatives
hey,
of derivatives of derivatives.
That's. I mean, that's what the market was. We might as well do it in a tokenized format going forward. It looks like, kids, the future is going to be tokenized. Now we just got to get all these people on chain.
We just need Oprah Winfrey to get on stage and go like, and you get a token, and you get a token, and you get a token. Everybody gets a token.
Oh my God.
That's basically, that's what we need.
That reference was so old.
Okay, that was old.
No,
I
leave
guess
it in.
Now everyone.
Now
we're leaving it in. I've no shame.
No one's going to make it to the end of this anyway.
But in all seriousness, I we said earlier, we talked about Robinhood creating access for 24-hour trading for Europeans. If anything, this just further confirms that that's the plan in the United States. I'm sure that other crypto assets were probably discussed in this meeting as well. But the big thing here is that Ethereum, outside of Bitcoin, has the most legitimacy. It is already considered a commodity. It already has a massive futures market as well. It seems to me that this is just further confirmation that you will be trading your assets. You will be purchasing things with stablecoins that are built on ETH. You'll be trading stocks on ETH. You'll be doing a lot of stuff on ETH, on layer 2s. And maybe there's going to be other chains as well. It could be Solana, could be Sui, could be something else. But overall, this just further confirms our intuition, TBC, which is that ETH is bullish, and we're going to be trading stocks 24/7 soon on the blockchain.
I can't wait. I got nothing better to do than to trade on Robinhood all night long, while I've watched my ETH bags pump to 10,000. It's in play, baby.
Yeah, man.
It's in play. I hope you're all
ETH
out
to
there.
10K is in play.
I hope you guys are all buckled in for this alt season that is likely going to last about 8 days before it all falls apart again.
Such a negative Nancy.
Start the timer.
Well, this has been another fantastic episode of the Beefy Pod, your place for crypto news, shenanigans, but most importantly, the sex appeal of TBC. Have an excellent day, be well, and thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed this. Cheers.
Bye, everybody.